Hi and Assalamualaikum. So today we're gonna presenting our analysis of financial statement for Nestle Malaysia Berhad and SENG Industry Berhad in 2022, 2023 and 2024 for our financial business ATF 10503. So our lecturer name is Dr. Zamino bin Zamzamin by Group 5. So, my group members consist of Harita anak perempuan Murugan, Lasmi anak perempuan Ravi, Nur Hafiza binti Binohuda, Nur Mafara Umaira binti Muhammad Nurilahi, Ainul Madia binti Zurahimi.
To Madam, my name is Arita, daughter of Murugan, and my metric number is 8248387. For the introduction part is this report analysis the financial performance of Nestle Malaysia and SENG Industries from 2022 to 2024 using key financial ratios and both horizontal and vertical analysis. It compares their products, markets, and strategies to highlight strengths and weakness. The report also provides recommendation and explore financing options for potential business expansion. The second part is business background for Nestle Malaysia Berhad. Nestle Malaysia, a subsidiary of Nestle SA, has been a leading F&B brand since 1912. It offers popular products like Milo and Maggi, operates 6 local factories, and serves as a regional hub known for innovation, sustainability, and CSR. It remains consistently profitable and a top player in Malaysia F&B industry. The next part is company background for SENG Industries BHD. SENG, founded in 1958 in Batu Pahat, Johor, is a well-known biscuit brand in Malaysia. Its popular products like Caping Pong Cream Crackers are produced in a certified modern factory and exported across Asia and Africa. With a focus on quality, affordability, and steady growth, SENG is a trusted FMCG brand listed on Bursa Malaysia since 2000.
My name is Nur Mafara Umaira binti Nurilahi and my metric number is 8243787. Here is a horizontal rate analysis for Nestle in 2022 until 2024. So current ratio and current ratio very low and declining. In case liquidity problem, the company may struggle to meet short-term obligations. And for net working capital, negative values, current liabilities exceed current asset, inventory turning, sign improvement, inventory is managed more efficiently over time. Average calculation period regularly in height around 25 days, low customer payment collecting, and for fixed and total asset, steadily decline, asset using is becoming less, flattening in credit revenue. For debt ratio and debt equity very high and increase, the company heavily relies on debt financing, gross profit margin stable around 30%, good control over cost of goods sold. Account receivable turning by 50 times, effective collection of receivable, net profit margin negative and worsening. The company is expecting loss, and for return on asset and equity, negative and worsening for return on both asset and shareholder equity. So current ratio and current ratio very low and declining. In case liquidity problem, the company may struggle to meet short-term obligations. And for net working capital, negative values, current liabilities exceed current asset, inventory turning, sign improvement, inventory is managed more efficiently over time. Average calculation period regularly in height around 25 days, low customer payment collecting, and for fixed and total asset, steadily decline, asset using is becoming less, flattening in credit revenue. For debt ratio and debt equity very high and increase, the company heavily relies on debt financing, gross profit margin stable around 30%, good control over cost of goods sold. Account receivable turning 50 times, effective collection of receivable, net profit margin negative and worsening. The company is expecting loss, and for return on asset and for return on asset and equity, negative and worsening for return on both asset and shareholder equity.
One, current ratio. Hudson was in a stronger short-term financial position and had lower risk in meeting immediate obligations. 2. Quick ratio. Hudson had better immediate liquidity and relied less on inventory to pay debt. 3. Net working capital. Hudson had sufficient current assets to cover its current liabilities, where Nestle showed short-term liquidity concern. 4. Inventory turnover. Hudson managed inventory better and had higher product demand. 5. Average collection period. Nestle collected payment faster, showing stronger credit control. 6. Fixed asset turnover. Hudson used its fixed asset more efficiently to generate sales. 7. Total asset turnover. Nestle was more effective in using total asset to generate revenue. 8. Debt ratio. Nestle was more reliant on debt, showing higher financing risk. Hudson had a more conservative capital structure with lower risk. 9. Debt to equity ratio. Nestle used more debt than equity to finance its operation. Hudson maintained a lower leverage level for shareholders. 8. Gross profit margin. Nestle managed production costs better and gained more from each sale. 11. Net profit margin. Nestle kept more profit after expense, but Hudson also remained profitable. 12. Account receivable turnover. Nestle collected payment faster and had stronger credit control. 13. Return on asset. Nestle used asset more efficiently to regenerate profit. 14. Return on equity. Nestle get higher return to shareholders, showing stronger financial performance. 1. Current ratio. Hudson had stronger liquidity and could meet short-term debt easily. Nestle may face difficulty covering short-term obligations without extra funding. 2. Quick ratio. Hudson had better immediate liquidity and relied less on inventory. Nestle may need to sell inventory or seek financing to pay short-term liability. 3. Net working capital. Hudson had a solid liquidity position when asset is hedging liability. Nestle negative figure raised concern about short-term financial management. 4. Inventory turnover. Hudson managed inventory more efficiently with faster stock movement. Nestle lower turnover show lower inventory control and sales cycle. 5. Average collection period. Nestle collected payment faster, indicating better credit control. Hudson may have longer credit term or slower collection process. 6. Fixed asset turnover. Hudson used its fixed asset more effectively to generate revenue. 7. Total asset turnover. Nestle was more efficient in generating sales from total asset. Number 8 is debt ratio. In 2003, Nestle had a debt ratio of 81.09%, while Hudson had only 32.03%. So this means Nestle used more borrow money to run its business, which is riskier. Hudson is more careful and depends more on its own money. Number 9, debt to equity. Nestle had 73.63%, while Hudson had 4% only. For the debt to equity ratio also show this that Nestle relies more on loan, while Hudson uses mostly its own capital, which is make it more stable. Number 10 is gross profit margin. Nestle had 31.64%, while Hudson had 30.36% for the gross profit margin. Both companies earn about 30 cent profit for every 1 ringgit in sales after paying for the cost of goods. Nestle is just slightly better here. Number 10 is account receivable. Turnover Nestle had 15.23, while Hudson had 9.59. When it comes to account receivable turnover, Nestle collects more money from its customer and faster than Hudson. This is good for the cash flow. Number 12 is net profit margin. Nestle had 9.36%, while Hudson had 12.62%. However, Hudson has a better net profit margin as it keeps more profit after covering all expenses, showing it more efficient overall. And 13 is a return of asset, ROA. Nestle had 18.49%, while Hudson had 18.89%. Looking at the return on asset, both companies are almost the same. They both use what they own well to make the profit, with Hapseng just a little ahead from the Nestle. So next is the vertical ratio analysis for Nestle and Hapseng. Number 1, the current ratio. Nestle show about 0.55 times, while Hapseng show about 2.01 times. Nestle may have trouble paying short-term fees because its current assets are lower than its current liabilities. Hapseng is much safer since it has enough to pay short-term debt more than twice. Number 2 is a quick ratio. Nestle had about 0.20 times, while Hapseng had 1.61 times. The quick ratio show how well a company can pay debts without selling inventory. Nestle is very low, which is risky, and Hapseng is strong and can easily pay off its short-term debts without relying on stock. Number 3, net working capital. Nestle had negative 100,000 and 976, while Hapseng had negative 60,034,583. Both companies have more current liabilities than current asset, which means short-term money is tight. But Nestle's situation is less negative, so it's in a slightly better position. Number 4, inventory turnover. Nestle had 7.49 times, while Hapseng had 12.75 times. It shows Hapseng sells its inventory faster than Nestle. This is good because it means stock doesn't sit too long and they make money quicker. So number 5 is the average collection period. Nestle had 25.42 days and Hapseng had 40.65 days. Nestle get paid by customer faster than Hapseng. Shorter collection time is better for cash flow. Number 6, fixed asset turnover. Nestle had 3.44 times and Hapseng is 4.69 times. It is show about Hapseng is better at using its machine and building to generate sales. It means they get more value from what they own. 7 is a total asset turnover. Nestle had 1.01 times and Hapseng 1.57 times. Both companies use their asset well to create sales. Nestle is just slightly more efficient here. In 2024, Nestle had a debt ratio of 85%, while Hapseng only had 34.76%. This means Nestle used a lot more borrow money to run its business compared to Hapseng, which is riskier for the company. Looking at the debt to equity ratio, Nestle was 154.91%, showing it relies heavily on loan instead of its own money. Meanwhile, Hapseng ratio was just 4.80%, which is much more safer and stable. For the gross profit margin, both companies were close. Nestle made 30.28% and Hapseng made slightly more at 31.13%, meaning Hapseng is just a bit better at controlling its cost of goods. When it comes to account receivable turnover, Nestle had 14.37 times, meaning it collects more money from customer and is much more faster than Hapseng, which had only 8.198 times. For the fast collection is good for the cash flow. For net profit margin, Nestle had 6.68%, which means it was making a loss. On the other hand, Hapseng had a healthy 14.57%, meaning it's made good profit after all expenses. Looking at the return on asset, Nestle had 11.39%, showing it was not using its asset effectively. Hapseng had 22.95%, which is a very good return using its asset. Lastly, the return on equity for Nestle was 76.34%, which means the shareholders were losing money. But Hapseng had 35.70%, which show its gave strong return to its owner.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rashmi. Today I'm going to present about recommendation. Nestle Malaysia and Hang Seng should reduce costs like transport and heads to improve cash flow. They should invest more in R&D to meet changing consumers' needs. Selling unused asset can increase efficiency. Upseng can also boost its CSR to match Nestle. Both companies should hire financial experts for better planning. Using long-term loans instead of short-term ones can lower debt. These steps will help both companies grow and stay competitive in Malaysian FP market. Move on to the next slide, which is conclusion. The analysis shows Nestle has, Nestle has strong profit and market position but faces liquidity and debt issues. Upseng has better financial stability with high liquidity and low debt. Nestle should manage short-term risk while Hapseng can grow by focusing on innovation and market expansion. Both give useful insight into Malaysian FP industry. That's all from me. Thank you.